ignore the camera. If you need to stop or say something over again, it's perfectly alright. We can do it over and over. Or if you, like I said, or if you give me a words of wisdom that I might not be able to use, we can edit them out. It's not that big of a deal.
I was born in Hanover till I was 12 years old. My dad had a job in Ephrata, so we moved to Ephrata. And I went to high school here. I played 2 years of football. In fact, on the first team effort I ever had. And I played 3 years of basketball. And I graduated in 1932 and came out and was lucky enough to get a job because they were hard to find. And in 1940 I married a high school sweetheart, and she was in the dress business out of high school. And I had got a job in full fashion knitting. And so we went to California for our honeymoon. Our expense, I went with a little over $300. And she might have had some too, I don't know. Well, gas cost 30-some cents a gallon. A hotel was $1 a night. And went out as far as San Francisco and LA. And we came home. We had no air conditioner in the car. And going through the desert, it was pretty hot. So we came home and I wasn't home more in a week. They closed the factory down. Then I had to look for a job. The first place I went was Armstrong because I knew they were going in aircraft and different things for the war. So they didn't have anything. So I went up to Mannheim Asbestos. And that's about the worst place in the world to work. All that stuff, asbestos flying around in the air. So I lasted there 2 months, then I got a job in Armstrong. Then I worked there till the war was over. I was lucky, I had the highest number in our area to be called up. So then I had 2 deferments from Armstrong. And then when I gave it up, I took a course in ICS in bookkeeping, single and double entry. Never did that in high school. And in there I got mostly A's and B's because I was good in numbers. And then I started keeping the books for my wife. And then when I got a job in Armstrong, worked there till 45, and then I didn't like to go back. So I started in the store with my wife and my mother-in-law. So I went in that, and then my wife passed away, and then it was just me and my mother-in-law. So she decided to retire, so I took it over. And then I moved down to the corner of State and Maine, and there's where I did my business in '86. And after that, I did traveling. I can't tell you all where I went. I was in South America, I was in Australia, and I took a cruise in the Mediterranean. I was in England and Ireland, and the trip to Australia was something. It was 25 days, 1 suitcase a person, and you learn to live different. You didn't change clothes every day of the week, but that was something. Everything was set up. You had 2 meals a day. you always had breakfast. One time you'll have a dinner at noon, and then you stop someplace and pick up a sandwich or something. And then the next day you'd have dinner and supper. And that's how it went for 25 days. I saw a lot of Australia, New Zealand, so I've been around. I was over in Hong Kong, Japan, part of China, so there isn't much I haven't seen. And I can remember a lot of these things where a lot of people can't. So then I landed in the hospital. I had diarrhea, and I had it bad. And that lasted for a little while in the hospital. They sent me home, came back up again, but then I could walk without a walker, and then all of a sudden, I don't know what happened. I had to have a walker and somebody with me. Now I have a walker with air in it right with it, but I always have to have somebody with me. So it's like a prison. They pick you up and throw you out. And then you come back, the next day it's the same thing. So it's no fun.
Now, how would you know what a prison's like?
I don't know what a person like, but know what they do. God. And when you're in a cell, they take you out for your meals, then bring you back in your cell. So it's almost the same. So now I'm in here for the rest of my life, but I have to wear oxygen all the time, day and night. So that's the end of my story.
Now, you did all that traveling.
Yeah.
What would you tell a young guy like me? Should I save up and do that sort of thing, or don't bother?
You should, just to see how the other half lived, and you'd be surprised. And I'm telling you, a lot.
Wow. What about any other words of wisdom that you might have for me?
Just stay healthy.
Sometimes you don't have a hand in that.
No, that's right, but as long as you're alive, do the things you like to do. Because you never know what's going to happen. Because I had never realized this would happen to me. Because I was never in the hospital until I was 98 years old. And not too many people can say that. And I'm still driving too. Because they never took my license from me. So
Enjoy your day.
now I can't drive. I got a car sitting. So that's about my life history.
What about family? How many do you have? Kids, grandkids?
I have two grandkids, a daughter and a son. And the one don't have any children, the son don't have any children. The daughter has two girls and one, she had three, right, Laura?
Yeah, I had three
Three,
children. Dennis
but
had
the
two
one passed
children.
away. And my boy had two boys. And they got jobs. The one has a good job with the government. The other one, he's with the time and share business. So then my granddaughter, she married a person there in some kind of I don't know what they call it. Learn to open jars and stuff.
It deals with medical, pharmaceuticals and manufacturing companies that make openings or packages that would contain medicine, and they need to.
Okay.
We need to test to make sure if everybody. Yeah, it has to be adult friendly and child resistant. But government only tests children 3.5 to 4.25. That's where they feel the age is where the kids would do it, and after that, I think by the age of 7 and 8, if they can open, then it's the parent's responsibility to
Okay.
really make sure the medicine is away so that they can't get it. So it's an interesting
Yeah.
She
business.
can go where I can.
What? I didn't hear what it said.
So what do you-
Everybody said it.
What do you think about? I heard him. That's all that matters.
Yeah, okay.
What do you? 100. You ever think of that number? How big that number
I
is?
never worried about that. Never thought I'd reach it. 'Cause I'm the only one in the family. My dad never reached it, my mother didn't. And I lost a brother and a sister. Of course, they smoked a lot, so
Did you ever smoke?
I tried it. Didn't like it.
I have
They told me inhale. I thought I'd die. I choked and carried on. That wasn't for me. But I couldn't teach my two kids about it though. The one, they got me one bed. One time I found a pack of cigarettes. We had it outside towed.
really.
And I took that cigarette. I don't know how I ever did. I took it and bore it apart and threw it away. But that didn't stop. Till they finally, the boy still smokes. They shouldn't, but
I don't.
she doesn't no
I've
more.
had it for years.
So
Good for you.
Good. Well, I'm glad you were able to avoid it.
I never could see it. That smoke just blowing out the air. You puff and you blow it out. Or you inhale it, whichever.
Might as well wrap up a dollar bill and light that on
A
fire.
dollar bill.
Or more.
Jesus, I think
Yeah, I don't even know what they cost these days.
It's
$5
$5, $7
or
a
five,
pack, yeah.
$5 or $7 a carton. I mean a pack.
Wow.
It isn't cheap.
No.
Mm-mm.
So
What's one thing that you've seen change a lot since you were little to all the way up till now? What's one thing that you think really changed about like cars or buildings or? What do you
I
think?
don't know. I just lived it as it comes. We didn't have much, so I worked in the ice truck from 7th grade till I was a senior. I made $1 a day with one outfit, and I did his bookwork for him. And then I had a chance to go with another guy at $2 a day. And this isn't just a couple hours. This is 5 in the morning to 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The second guy, we used to deliver at least 30 cakes of ice a day. Now each cake weighs 300 pounds. And the owner, all he did was cut it. There was 3 of us, and we took it into the houses. So,
Got your exercise there.
yeah.
Got your exercise there, huh?
Yeah, because some wasn't too nice. You had to empty out to put the new ice in, then you had to put the stuff in that they had in there. So it wasn't nice. Because some places, oh my God, refrigerator sank like a devil. Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate you talking to us today.
So, but if you have the money, take a trip anywhere. Even down to the Caribbean, I've been there a couple times, and it's nice. So, there's a lot of things to do. Cruises right now, they're in a fix. They all have trouble. So,
Well, thank you very much for talking to us today.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
I'm gonna get some more shots of you. That's all right.
don't
Go ahead.
shoot me.